You're a lot more independent when you're saving up all of your money while your man is paying for everything. That's why I tell you guys to not focus on how much money the guy has or how much he shows off or what car he drives. I don't care about how much money you have. I care about how much money you're willing to give me.
Have you ever heard a woman use the phrase, "My money is my money, but his money is our money"? Well, if you haven't, you are in for a wild ride.
I can see that a lot of ladies that don't agree with my mentality, which is to be with a man that is a provider, don't agree with me because they think that by me telling them to be with a man that provides, it's the same thing as me telling them to be codependent and to rely financially on a man. Have you guys ever heard the saying, "My money is my money and his money is our money"? That's what I mean. You can be a CEO, you can be a doctor, and date a man that's going to provide for you. And what I don't understand is how women in 50-50 relationships always say, well, I want to keep my independence. When in reality, you're a lot more independent when you're saving up all of your money while your man is paying for everything. Because let's be honest, people that are in 50-50 relationships are not going to live based on one person's income. What do I mean by this? So let's say individually, each of them are willing to spend $1,800 on rent. They're not gonna get an $1,800 apartment. Since they have a 50-50 relationship, they're each gonna put $1,800 and they're gonna end up living in an apartment that's $3,600. So now they're living in an apartment that neither of them could afford by themselves. Meanwhile, the girl that's being provided for and the one that's being codependent is able to use her money for investments, to start new businesses, to invest in herself, and has saved up months worth of bills in the bank. A lot of creators like me always get the question, oh, well, what if he were to leave you? I would be just fine. But now, what if the guy in the 50-50 relationship would have left the girl? The girl can't afford the apartment by herself. The girl in a 50-50 relationship does not have nearly as much savings as the other one because she's in a 50-50 relationship. She's required to pay stuff every single month. In her relationship, she's actually required to use her own money. If the girl in the 50-50 relationship gets fired, she needs to find a job quickly because her man can't afford both their lifestyles because he's used to being in a 50-50 relationship. Meanwhile, the girl being provided for has the time to look for a job that she's actually going to enjoy, or even start her own business. If the girl in the 50-50 relationship gets really sick or she gets pregnant, well, that sucks. You gotta work while you're 9 months pregnant, or you gotta work while you're sick because you got bills to pay. She doesn't have anyone that she can rely on. Meanwhile, the girl being provided for can take off all 9 months of pregnancy off if she wants to because she has someone that she knows she can rely on. Relying on someone and knowing you can rely on someone are two different things. So you tell me, in this situation, who's more independent?
What is one word you would use to describe this woman? Entitled? Selfish? Machiavellian, maybe? What about independent? Modern women have a fascination with being independent. But are they really? Let's go into some comments. I think her brain has taken independence from her body. There is not a single good thought in that video. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of that woman, I guess. Is there room for a relationship when her ego is that big? I hope she's amazing in bed, because in every other respect, she's a useless parasite. Thank you for showing us who you are. Okay, let's bring it back. What does it mean to be independent? And many women say, it means that you don't need a man to function at all. But that's a lie. Society works because there's men doing all these dangerous and important jobs that keep it operational. From infrastructure, plumbing, electricity, construction, security, most of innovation, really, not to mention transportation. I mean, Food doesn't magically appear in supermarkets, and you don't magically get plumbing or electricity. There is a whole lot of people behind those miracles. I mean, most of the jobs with high mortality rates are done by men. Society, and especially women, need men. Absolutely. So, maybe she's talking financially or even romantically. That makes more sense, right? She doesn't need a man financially. So, financial independence. She wants to work and pay her own bills. Maybe have a car, right? This is called being an adult. Not an independent boss babe, queen of the jungle, Wakanda forever. It's just basic adulting. But if you start checking her videos, this woman says she wants to work and still have somebody else pay all bills for her. Let's cut to a clip.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. A rich boyfriend that's cheap is the same thing as having a broke boyfriend. That's why I tell you guys to not focus on how much money the guy has or how much he shows off or what car he drives. It's about how much he likes you and how much he's willing to invest in you. There are lots of girls that are dating men that are making $500,000 a year, yet the girls are struggling financially. But then there are also girls that are dating guys that make $100,000 a year and they have no financial problems. When I was single, it was so cringe to me when guys tried to pursue me with how much money they had. Like, oh yeah, look at my car. Oh yeah, look at my house. I don't care about how much money you have. I care about how much money you're willing to give me.
I care about how much money you're willing to give me.
So stop falling for all of these designer wearing bumps, because that is literally what they are.
It's always about what the other person can do for her. But what does she bring to the table? Let's cut to a clip.
So unfortunately, every single day I get the question, Michelle, what do I say to a guy that asks me what I bring to the table? And you know what I would say to a guy that asks me that question? You know what you should say to a guy that asks you that question? Nothing. Block him, walk away, leave him talking to himself. Why? Because there is something wicked about a man that pursues you and wants you in his life and then asks you why he would want you in his life. Because if he pursued you in the first place, he knows.
Not quite. Not exactly. If a man is pursuing you, it's because he found you attractive enough to pique his interest. If he's a good man, and if he's marriage-minded, and wants to take you seriously, the next move for this hypothetical man is to ask himself, well, okay, is it really just looks with this woman? Or is there more to her? Maybe she's loving, maybe she's supportive, great with kids, maybe she's feminine. All of them qualities men are really looking for in a future wife. Beauty is great. Beauty is appreciated, of course, but beauty is not enough to make you a wife. So, is this woman really worth investing in? That's the question. Let's keep on going.
But do you know why he's asking you what you bring to the table? So he can invalidate everything that you say. So if you say, oh, I can cook, I can clean, I have a career, I speak 3 languages, he's gonna reply with, all women can do that, I can pay someone else to do that, I can do that, and he's going to invalidate whatever you thought that made you special. So you're gonna be like, whoa, maybe I'm not that special, maybe I should settle, and then you're gonna settle for him, which is exactly what he wants. And the reason why I say I unfortunately get asked this question is because women are really out here stressing out about what to reply to a dusty. Let me tell you that no matter how much you stress out with trying to find a good answer to this question, it will never be the right answer. Because the best answer you can give a man that gives you this question is no answer at all.
Okay, and the problem is this. If every man that wants to take you seriously and dig a little deeper to see if there's anything more to you is a dusty and makes her immediately walk away, then she's limiting herself to men that are only looking for surface level stuff. Which would be this? Let's go to bachelor number 1.
I'm not expecting for food to be on the table when I get home after a hard day's work.
But you have no kids, and she just spent the whole day just...
That's fine. Why? Because I put myself in a position for her not to worry. No.
Kids.
Call it what you want, brother, but I'm not asking for repayment. She's not a maid, brother. That's just what it is. So in order for me to get mad, like...
Wait, no. So look.
Did I have food on the table and I...
Look, I don't mean it as in
Let's
like,
not just use food, though.
yeah, like,
she didn't the kitchen.
Brother,
She
like,
didn't
she didn't do anything.
so look, and I don't see it as repayment. I don't.
Yeah,
What I see it as in like, cool, you're not working, you're staying at home, you know, we don't got kids and everything, but it's like, what are you doing? Like I said, I need someone who's busy.
Yeah.
I don't want no like lazy bitch.
At the same time, yeah, she could still go out. It's not
Do
like she
you,
has to
do
be
you?
in the house.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah,
when I come home, I don't expect to have a times 12 or 8-hour shift and then come home and then I still got to do the dishes. I still got to do my laundry. I still got to do this. I gotta this whole list, then still go to sleep and then back to work.
Yeah, let's do no kids, like how you keep saying kids. You're going home and you're living with her, and a week's gone by and these Monday to Friday, there's no groceries there. She didn't go do your groceries. You're okay with that too?
All right, then let's plan for the weekend. Let's both go together.
So she spent Monday to Friday just binge watching Netflix, and you're okay with that?
Yeah, because
That's actually crazy.
Don't you ever in your life again, ladies, let no man on this green earth tell you or even ask you what value is you bringing to the table. Oh my God.
These are men who require absolutely nothing of her, sometimes not even beauty, loyalty, or even respect. These men are bottom of the barrel, not a shred of self-respect to them. Even if this man had money, I am fairly sure she would not touch him with a laser pointer. And then we have bachelors number 2 and 3, the men who only care about looks, because they are emotionally unavailable, and bedroom action is all they want. So, here's my point. If your entire dating experience is filled with men like this, then I have absolutely no problem believing you are going to end up like this.
Use all men in your life. So manipulate and use all men for your gain. If a man shows interest or a crush, use him to get ahead and whatever that person can offer you. Use anyone and everyone of the male species to get ahead in your own life. If someone is giving you a little bit of things, gifts, but it's not enough, take it and get another one. Use as many as possible, and anyone that has a crush on you, use them. For example, if you get into an Uber, if you're in a store, if you're walking down the street, if a doorman has a crush on you, get perks, use them to your advantage, manipulate and pretend you have a crush to gain and get more. Give fake numbers, phone numbers if you have to. Give fake information, fake names if you have to. Have 5 or 6 names, 5 or 6 personalities, and that day pick whichever one you want to use to gain and manipulate from as many men as possible. Because if you are gaining from multiple men, you will end up a very wealthy, beautiful woman.
But if you close your emotional damage, emotional damage, emotional damage, emotional damage.
Hurt people, and the cycle continues. When I was going through the comments of this "never answer what you bring to the table" video, I was a bit surprised. Most of the comments were very similar, actually. I'm not sure if you can notice the pattern, but there's a whole lot of sprinkles. And still, there was one comment that actually called out to me. It says, "No wealthy, healthy man I date ever asked me what I bring to the table." And to that I say, well, yes, of course, because none of them ever took you seriously. They are using you for your beauty, and you are using them for their money. So maybe, just maybe, the both of you deserve each other. Now, that said, I really wouldn't hold my breath for a wedding ring, because, one more time, beauty is all they want. And beauty fades. But what do you think? Should modern day women bring anything to the table? And if they didn't straight up refuse to answer that question, what would the answers look like? Let's cut to a final clip. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
What do you bring to the table?
Everything. I got 2 kids, you know what I mean? So everything. If you're willing to provide for my kids, then everything.
Everything like what?
My kids, my life, my mental health, everything, like everything. Everything you want to know about me, I'll bring to the table for sure.
Everything.
You bring everything to the table?
Everything, yeah.
Name 3 things.
What you mean?
Name 3 things you bring to the table.
Me, my and the table.
In a relationship, what do you bring to the table? Don't say sex and don't say the table. You have it there, folks.
I don't do anything.
Hey, this is sad, man. They don't even know what they bring to the table. Some what? Some cat. I can bring loyalty to you.
Cuddles and competition.
Competition in terms of what?
Games and stuff.
Games and stuff.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
I'm actually loyal.
You're loyal?
Yeah, I am.
That's what you bring to the table?
That's it. Nothing else.
Okay, thank you.
That's nice.
What about you?
Trust.
Trust?
Yeah. Commitment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's it, you bring to the table?
Yeah, literally nothing except for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you bring to the table?
Everything.
What's everything?
Name it, I have it. Good coochie.
Okay.
Money, education, gold.
I actually have 2 jobs.
Okay.
Full-time job. I own my own home. I have a car.
So many black men in the comment section saying, oh, you have all these high demands, but what do you bring to the table? Good question. Studies have shown that black women are the highest paid and the most educated. I myself graduated with my associate's degree at 18 and graduated from college with my bachelor's at 20 with a degree in communication sciences with an emphasis in speech and language pathology. I live on my own, have my own car, make about $70,000 a year, and don't have any kids. So I'll never ask for what I can't offer.
We matching. What he brings is what I bring. I said that. I got 2 jobs.
2 jobs. Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
If you're a single girl out here in these streets and you're thinking, am I crazy? Or are these guys like not even wanting to date and hook up, let alone get married? Am I the problem? Are we why these men don't want to get married? I have good news and bad news. The good news is you're not crazy. The bad news is it's worse than you thought.
You said, what are you bringing to the table? Men are tired. I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you want a woman to bring something to the table, go to IHOP. Go to the restaurant where you can tip her, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because if I bring something to the table, you're going to be mad because it's going to be another man who's going to not ask me to bring something to the table. He's going to take care of the bill, them kids, and everybody else. And you, if you look broke. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how I roll. All right?
If you're ever asked a degrading question, what do you bring to the table? You answer, I am the table.
Someone asks, what do you bring to the table? I am the table.
Turns out since 2019, the share of single men who say they're looking for dates or a relationship has declined from 61% to 50%.
Turns out, the large majority of men 18 to 30 years old are single by choice. You're not crazy after all. Don't believe me? A new Pew Research study found that 63% of men don't want to pursue any sort of relationship with women. That means serious or casual.
The percentage of single women by 2030 will be 52%. This is crazy, this is worrying, and I think we need to talk about this. The article says, by 2030, 45% of prime working age women between 25 and 44 will be single. Among the total female population over 15, the percentage of single women by 2030 will be 52%.
I regret to inform you the men are not okay. That's right, folks. The men are not okay.
The eligible bachelors are buying pretend land in the metaverse and subscribing to the OnlyFans of the girl next door. They aren't building a house or a life beyond the digital landscape because we've done a horrible job as women making commitment and marriage look like a worthwhile risk.
I deserve to be somebody's wife.
$250,000. $200,000. The type of wedding you want, that's how much it costs. You're bugging the we gonna invest that.
How long you plan on being broke?
All that we're broke. Watch your mouth.
You
That's
saying
not
it costs
broke.
too much.
That's smart.
Broke people behavior.
I've cheated plenty of times in my life, by the way. But I'm a reformed cheater. I would never do it again.
So never again.
Never again. Sometimes if it's gonna be a one-off thing and you sleep with someone one time and then you'll never cheat again and like you don't ever talk to that person again.
Says the reformed cheater.
It's not. It's a little bit different.
That's acceptable?
No, it's not acceptable, but like it's more understandable. I don't know, I kind of think everyone deserves a one-time cheat in their relationship or marriage.
So it's safe to say you're gonna cheat again.
Not when I have a ring on it. This is what I think.
Okay, 10 years in.
We're bored. Let's like either do a threesome or like let's have an open relationship or, you know.
Well, it's a conversation with you and your husband.
Yeah.
Maybe he's down for it, maybe he's not. What if he's not?
Then we'll have to figure something out, but I won't cheat. I will not cheat.
Okay.
Maybe divorce.
It's literally so chic to have an ex-husband. Like, I kind of want an ex-husband. Like, it's kind of like a Birkin. Like, it's a fabulous accessory. I'm here to tell you, like, it's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's chic. I don't know why. Like, when I think of like my ex-husband, like I think of like skinny girls chain smoking cigarettes with big Birkin bags that like they beat up because they have so many Birkin bags they don't need to like treat them well.
A new study finds that despite women making less money than men, more single women in the U.S. own homes than single men, thanks to a phenomenon economists call divorce.
Divorce.
If I leave, do I lose any of that? That was my question. And the lawyer said to me, why are you leaving? And I said, well, because I'm the one that's unhappy. My husband will not he won't consider going into marriage counseling. And so I'm ready to move on. And he said, you don't have to leave. Just get him to, or make it look like he did. And we can have him forcibly removed from the house, get you exclusive possession of the matrimonial home, and spousal support. How is it that a lawyer who is bound by some sort of ethical protocol, counseling me, giving me legal advice to stage domestic violence so I get the upper hand in family court?
I think what I've noticed is that there's no reward in being a traditional good woman anymore. If you are a traditional woman, you will never find a date. You'll never find a man that says, here, let me take you out, here, let me do this. Whereas if you are the most promiscuous, provocative, dangerous woman, your DMs are endless and you are booked every single day of the week and you get to choose which country you want to fly out to. So humans are going to look at where's the most reward.
So my name is Brittany Renner. I feel like my DMs, it's like a Nike store. There's nothing but checks. So it just, for me, I feel like when...
Hold on. They missed that game.
Nothing but blue checks.
In my experience, the worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, you could just fuck an athlete. They're really done.
Always be saying they want a traditional woman, like, oh, can you cook? Can you do it? You not a traditional man.
Thank you.
Be a traditional man. Is you even a breadwinner, boo? Sit down.
Anyway, thank you so much
Can
for
you
this
change
interview.
your tire? Yeah.
Have you built a house?
Have you built a house, baby? Y'all want traditional women, y'all not traditional men. Period.
They don't deserve a traditional woman.
No, you don't. You don't, boo. You should be submissive to me, actually.
They want somebody that cooks and cleans. Like, I'm more than that. Like, I'm a human at the end of the day. So I'm like Gen Z. Like, I don't think we really play with that. Like, it's just like, whatever. I don't really care.
So you don't want to cook and clean, ever?
I don't know. We can hire somebody for that. I don't mind, but I'm just saying, like, that shouldn't be all I am to you.
Okay. Do you want to be a housewife one day or not?
Oh, I don't want to work, so.
If you are a housewife, you maintain and you manage the house. That's not a fucking reward. It's a job. Whether it's only 20 hours a week, it's still a job. If you trying to reward me because I was there through the tough times, let me be a woman of leisure. Let me be a kept woman. That is a reward. Rewarding me with washing dishes is not a fucking reward.
If you want your house clean, hire me a maid.
I'm not cooking.
I'm supposed to be beautiful
for
my
you can
man.
cook
I'm
and
not
clean
supposed to
and
be
still
the slave.
Mike, what are you talking about? Slavery? How is cooking or cleaning and taking care of the household and somebody you love slavery?
The reality is that no, a lot of the times marriages can be tricky. You're trying to raise the children and feed the kids and pay the mortgage. So yeah, happiness levels fluctuate. And a lot of women, I think, do run at the first sign of trouble.
The fact is 80% of women are the ones ending marriages, 90% if they have a degree.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's chic.
So manipulate and use all men for your gain.
Go finesse, go cheat, go rob, go tell lies, go manipulate.
Because if you are gaining from multiple men, you will end up a very wealthy, beautiful woman.
Where did all the good men go?